Now, let me just point out one thing. Most of my favorite video games are old, at least a decade or two old, all right? I like the majority of my video games are old. Now, one thing I've been hearing a lot recently, or actually no, for the past 20 years, is that modern gaming sucks or modern gaming is dead. You see, gamers are stuck in an infinite loop where the previous generation is going to bitch and moan about the next generation. Now, don't get me wrong, modern gaming, there are issues, especially considering that they're trying to get rid of physical media. But the way these motherfuckers talk about how gaming is dead or that modern gaming is coming to an end or some nonsense like that, they make it out like there hasn't been any good modern games at all. And if you think there's no good modern games, you really need to just go out and expand your taste in media. And yeah, because here's the thing, I remember there are even moments that I specifically remember when people hated something, but now they love it because of nostalgia or it reminds them of their dead childhood. Remember Zelda Wind Waker? When that game first came out and people saw it, everybody hated it. People were like, oh my gosh, this is the end of Zelda. It looks too cartoony. The gameplay looks way too easy. I mean, yeah, the graphics are nice, but this is not a real Zelda. This is not a real Zelda. I want the Zelda games to look like Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I said mid Majora's Mask because I think Majora's Mask is mid as fuck. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, now people like Wind Waker because nostalgia has set in, but the truth is that people freaking hated it. You know, another game that people really hated when it came out, Metal Gear Solid 2. When Metal Gear Solid 2 came out, people hated it, but now people love it because again, nostalgia has set in and people have finally let time sink in and they love it now. You know, another game that came out that people hated on release, The Last of Us 2. Now, I'm someone who doesn't like The Last of Us 2 story, but we do live in a timeline where you'll find plenty of essay videos talking about how The Last of Us 2 was actually a good game and that people didn't understand it. You get the same bullshit excuses for games that got a lot of heat when they came out, like Cyberpunk 2077 or Metal Gear Solid 2 or I mean, Jesus, what's next? We're gonna get a defense analysis video of that one Duke Nukem game. And the truth is that bad games have always existed. Your like I said, your childhood is not perfect. You are looking at your childhood with rose tainted glasses. I guarantee you, something like Hollow Knight Silk Song is better than a lot of your childhood games. I guarantee you that something like Clear Expedition 33 is way better and has way more attention to detail than a lot of your childhood games. I guarantee you that something like Yakuza Infinite Wealth, one of the best JRPGs and one of the best Yakuza games, is better than a lot of your childhood games. I especially love it when people glaze the seventh generation, you know, the PS3, Xbox 360 era. As far as I know, the PS3 doesn't really have any good games on it outside of God of War 3 and Metal Gear Solid 4, which you can now play on modern hardware anyway. So, yeah. I mean, what else did the PS3 have to offer? The Last of Us? You're better off getting the PS4 version that's remastered and has a better frame rate. What else? It had Bioshock. Well, that's not only not exclusive to PS3, but it's on other consoles. And personally, I think Bioshock is complete garbage story wise. Um, yeah, I'm just not a big Bioshock fan. Fuck Bioshock. The PS3 also had Uncharted, and I played the Uncharted games. I literally sold my Uncharted trilogy because Uncharted is a mid-tier, ass-tier series with underdeveloped characters. So yeah, it just blows my mind that people like the seventh generation because the seventh generation of games there really wasn't that much. When the PS3 came out, people were talking about how the PS2 was way better. When the PS4 came out, people suddenly started dick sucking the PS3, which was a which was a hot box shit console that had awful frame rate, by the way. Now that the PS5 is out, people are like, oh my gosh, I missed the PS4. Again, we are in an infinite loop of the older generation getting older and more bitter, hating on the new generation. The truth is that when you get older, like 10 years from now, the this generation is going to get nostalgia glaze. Like for example, right, you're going to have kids who grew up with the Resident Evil 4 remake do like go into gamer adults who do like 3 hour analysis videos talking about how the Resident Evil 4 remake is a genius masterpiece or something like that. I just wanted to point that out. Like I swear, man, people. I remember seeing this one game, Valkyria Chronicles. Have you heard of Valkyria Chronicles? It's a JRPG that came out on the PS3 in I believe 2009, and I remember seeing one comment from that era that said, "Oh wow, this modern age is just full of realistic shooter games. I'm so glad we have something like Valkyria Chronicles because at the time, Valkyria Chronicles was considered new and hot." And that generation it came out on was full of generic shooters. This is like a perfect example of a game, or the people from 20 years ago hating on modern gaming. People have been bitching about modern gaming for 20 years. And if you don't think there were any bad games back in the day, there was hundreds of them. Go watch an Angry Video Game Nerd episode, you fucking normie. This guy has pointed out how he has hundreds of episodes, critiquing terrible games. I mean, I know Angry Video Game Nerd is mostly comedy, but he makes some good points. Like, you really think something like Superman 64 is a good game, or Bubsy 3D? Because the thing is, with the PS1 era games, it was full of shitty games trying to be 3D, Uh, man, I just wanted to let that out. Like, oh yeah, Bayonetta. Oh my goodness, this game is good now, but oh man, when it came out on the PS3, sucked. Awful frame rate. Glad with the modern era, with the modern releases, they actually fixed the fucking frame rate. Another game that happened to was Grand Theft Auto 4. When Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, people who liked San Andreas and Vice City, they fucking hated Grand Theft Auto 4 because it was way too realistic for the time. And they hated it because, oh, well, GTA 4 doesn't really have that amazing that amazing missions. So when GTA 5 came out and improved the mission design and made more fun missions and focused less on realism, then suddenly people were like, "Oh my gosh, what happened to GTA? I wish it was like GTA 4." Gamers are some of the most confused and picky bunch I've ever seen because it feels like they don't know what they want. And in about 10 years, we're going to literally have 20-year-olds glaze the PS5 generation. You just watch it happen. In 10 years, people are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, the ninth generation of consoles was so good. Back then we had Expedition 33, we had Death Stranding 2, we had yada yada yada, uh, Persona 6." Oh man, I can't believe we're getting GTA 6 before Persona 6. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Also, Bioshock, Fallout New Vegas, Skyrim, those games are fucking garbage.